to be, and this is where he wants to control. I'm not sure he wanted to be there just yet, but he had to work there to get there, and now it was all about just holding his position. But what I was worried about was Lagat sitting right there in danger zone and very dangerous. Sorry, moving up here. Galen at this point is not able to help him any. He's just hanging on, trying to stay with them. As they come into the last lap, this is what we talked about before. This is where Mo wants to be in the position he needed to hold. But I was just very, very nervous about the keeper moving up around him. And Koech really, really tested him, and he had to work and work and work. And we'll see when we come into this, but this was a 55 lap. And he's just doing exactly what he planned to do and exactly what they knew he was going to do, but they weren't able to do anything about it. In the beginning, when they went to take out the lead, I thought they were going to keep doing that and keep doing more of a fartlek in testing so that then he wouldn't know when they were going to go, but they didn't, and in the end they let him control it, they let him into his favourite position, and then from here it was all over, and he knows that. I think he's looking up here and he knows that he's got it at this point. I was still a little bit nervous, so he was moving up, Lagat was still there, Koech has still got a little bit left, but from here now they know that they're beaten and they can't close it, and he's still looking around, he still knows that the dangers could come, but I think he knows that he had that sewn up from 100 metres to go and before that, and like I said, it was us that was nervous and he had it all under control.
Well, the title of greatness is not one that should be easily bestowed on anybody, but surely he deserves it. And you know, the Ethiopians and the Kenyans will talk about what didn't happen, they'll be wandering through the mix zone and they'll be discussing the tactics, but you know what, Brent, serves them right. You cannot just keep coming back and doing the same thing time and time again and expecting a different result, because he's got better and they haven't, and they have never really tested him fully. This was hard, but they've never really come up with a way of taking control away from Farah so that he can't control that 600 metres in the way that he does.
But look how determined he was. He wasn't just faster than them, he wasn't just more confident than them, he was more able to resist the challenges because he's more determined than them. He'll give everything. He's always been an athlete who's prepared to work for his prizes. Well, tonight, as he did in the 10,000 metres, as he did in the Olympic Games, he's always had challenges, he's always been able to hold them up. And by the way, if you've done 50 point something for the last lap, and if you're one of the competitors know he's done that, and look at the reaction, and look at this is absolutely brilliant. We are enjoying great times in distance running, Steve, and for us, it is a special pleasure. We've waited a long time. Now we've got a double Olympic champion, 3 times world champion, and a man who's inspiring the next generation of distance runners, and hopefully that will carry on through. But I'll tell you one thing you'll learn from this man: distance running is hard, winning races is extremely hard, and that man, Alberto Salazar, has given him the opportunity to become the best in the world. And he's still a great lad. He's still going to be asking when he finishes who's playing football tomorrow, because he hasn't been in touch with it recently. But oh, that's a new one. He's developed a new style. What about the Mo? What do you call that? Give that a name, Steve. Go on.
Yeah, there you see, there's more familiar. That's the Mobot. We'll come up with a name for the other one a bit later. Well, you know, we saw Alberto then. We should also, you know, mention, and I'm sure Alberto Mo would be the first to mention, the support he gets from UK Athletics to do his own thing, to prepare in the way he wants to. Hasn't always been the case. Barry Fudge, a physiologist who does such a good job about preparing his altitude program with Alberto. It is a real team. They've been in St. Moritz. Rihanna and Tanya's wife have been up there to visit. You know, and it's all thought through. Every single bit of it is thought through. And the time he spends between the events is carefully planned as well. Nothing is left to chance.
Great celebrations. And let's not forget, you know, before he became the champion, he was taught about athletics by Alan Story. And remember, he was discovered by his PE teacher, Alan Watkinson, Steve. And you know what? Every distance runner and every athlete in the British team owes a lot of it to the unsung heroes of British athletics. They're the PE teachers in the schools across the country, and he found a special one. We all had PE teachers that got us into running, but he had a man who knew that this man, he wasn't a great footballer, but he's a hell of a runner.
I'll go and tell him that. Well, he's a big hero, not only in Britain, around the world now. I was chatting to some people outside tonight, Russians, you know, they were asking about Mo Farah. One guy came up with Brendan and he, you know, he's in broken English, he said, is he as good as Lassie Burren? And I said, well, you know, those are the discussions you and I go back and chat about. There were no World Championships for Lassie Burren to win. He won the double at 2 different Olympic Games. But Mo hasn't finished yet. You know, he's got other things to come in the future.
Well, that race today reminded me of Lassie Burren. He put himself in the front. He had challenges coming at him one after the other. He was running the shortest route on the inside, and every challenge that came, he held it off, And if you look at a video of Lassie Burren winning the Olympic Games 5,000 metres in Montreal, then you'll see Lassie Burren running exactly as Mo Farah ran, and you know what? It's not bad tactics, that.
Well, I used to have that video played to me by my coach because he said that's the way to do it. That's how I was taught actually to run the 1,500 metres. You were there and you saw all of those guys. You're right, they were like Spitfires coming out of the sky and being shot down one by one, except Spitfires never got shot down, but you know what I mean. They were trying to attack him, and you're right, that's exactly how it was. So Mo Farah, another gold medal, another title, and another level of excitement which I'm sure we've all enjoyed, and we are continuing the journey with this great man.
I just want to say, double Olympic champion, 3 times world champion, a British distance runner, wearing the Union Jack. We've waited for a long, long time, Mo. This has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. I'm sure we'll be hearing